Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a very nice weekend. The opening bell just rang, and I'm going to go ahead and put my disclaimer up really quick. This broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. All right, my name's Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. We're going to be showcasing the AI Auto Trader this morning. And this is a fully automated strategy that runs on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Once the strategies are enabled, the system will execute and manage the trades on your behalf. We're going to be trading today the futures index equities, the E-mini, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the Russell. We have a really nicely diversified portfolio of bots that also trade crude oil and gold. And the strategies were running pre-market, and I have a leaderboard here, and these are the strategies that are performing the best pre-market. One of our hottest strategies is this ES30 range that you see at the top left. This ES30 range strategy just jumped into a short position. The dotted yellow line you see on my chart is the VWAP. We love to go short when we're below the VWAP. The background color of my chart is pink, which is telling me I have a multi-time frame alignment of trend to the downside on the E-mini. So not only on my 30 range, but also on a few higher time frames, the E-mini is moving down. Institutional money is being taken out of the S&P right now. We have some really unique ways to lock in profits on these strategies. Let's take a look at another one of our more powerful strategies, which is the haymaker. The Mack truck is in trade right now. We have quite a few different data series time frames that we leverage. The Mack truck is up $1,000 pre-market. It's in a position now, so we'll take a look at it. That's on this chart up at the top right. I'm going to put it on my Mack truck strategy.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
And as this trade matures to the downside on the E-mini, we have what I was mentioning, we have some clever ways to lock in profits as the trade matures. Down on the bottom right, I have my gold scalper. My gold scalper. The gold scalper was actually designed by one of our members who also designed the NQ scalper. And once it hits that first profit target, you're in the trade on a break even, maybe with a small gain, and you have the potential for a runner that has a more ambitious profit target. Excuse me for just a second. I have an electrician coming to the house.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So what I was saying, as this ES trade matures, hopefully to the downside, once I get to 40 ticks of profit, my stop is going to automatically go to break even plus 15. Testing, testing. And once it goes to break even plus 15,
Order submitted.
once it matures, it's a very ambitious profit target of 100 ticks on the E-mini. But once it progresses to plus 75, my stop is then going to lock in 50 ticks of profit and still give it enough room to make it all the way down to my profit target. In order to exit the trade, I have a pattern recognition enabled. If the system sees a certain candlestick pattern formation, it will exit the trade. And lock in profits. So we're in some really nice trades here. Let's see how they play out. We've got a couple of short positions on the NASDAQ, the E-mini, and a long position on gold. Great job, Marcy.
Submitted. Order submitted.
What I like to do personally is kind of let the market get through the opening bell and settle down before I start trading any of my funded accounts or Apex accounts. Let things kind of settle down and find a direction here. I see where the market is on the NASDAQ and the E-mini. We're kind of in chop right now. Hasn't really found a direction just yet. Our NASDAQ is completely sideways. Wow, look at crude oil. Let's take a quick look at crude. Crude is in a trade now. The black gold drone, signal B.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Signal B. And a nice position long on crude. Let's see how that works out.
Order submitted.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Hanson. Thank you. Have a blessed day, sir.
Order submitted.
Coming into the holiday season here.
Order
Had a
submitted.
beautiful Christmas lighting ceremony in the association that I live in. I had no idea there were so many kids that lived here. My wife and I have a 21-month-old and a 5-year-old. And we were pleasantly surprised at how many
Order
children there
submitted.
were.
Order submitted.
The E-mini is bouncing on the VWAP right now.
Order submitted.
Let's see what happened pre-market. On our 20 Unorenco, our 20 Unorenco is a big bar for a Unorenco candle. This is midnight right here, and
Order submitted.
since midnight it took a nice leg down, then retracing. It's retracing. So the market likes to fill in those gaps from the overnight moves,
Order submitted.
and it seems to be retracing now and headed back up.
Order
Our
submitted.
2-minute retirement plan.
Order submitted.
jumped in.
Order submitted.
And the retirement plan was hot pre-market. You could see it's on top of my
Order
leaderboard.
submitted.
The retirement plan is up about 1230 running pre-market. And it's in this trade on the top right.
Order submitted.
Hey, good morning, Al.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
What I'm showing here on the right is our Steven drone. Our Steven runs on an 8 Unorenco. So this is really the data series that strategy is looking at. And this strategy happens to be our single session record holder. Made over $5,000 in a single session. It's a bit of an aggressive strategy. We're going to show the haymaker strategy as well. And I'm just going to take a look at my trade performance here. I always like to see what have you done for me lately, which are our most powerful strategies. Um,
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
oh, nice, Kurt. God bless her. Happy birthday.
Order
Today's
submitted.
my uncle's birthday. He turned 82. My uncle and your daughter share a birthday. Oh, it's not her birthday. You have a 39-year-old daughter, and your youngest daughter turned 16. Wow, big age difference. You're like me, yes. Started late. I'm keeping an eye on this ES. The yellow dotted line is the VWAP, and it's right at that same price point as the VWAP. I'm curious to see whether it breaks above it or breaks below it.
Order submitted.
One of my favorite strategies is that haymaker on a 30 range. The 30 range haymaker. Let's take a look and see how that strategy is doing today. It's a signal A 30 range haymaker, and it is in this short position. Once my RSI line breaks down through that 80% line, it jumps in
Order
short
submitted.
and has a very ambitious profit target. It will trail the trade by 50 ticks.
Order submitted.
Boom. Here we go. That haymaker historically is one of our more powerful strategies. And if it breaks through this area of support, it's got some running room.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Excuse me. In fact, what I'm going to do, I really love the haymaker. It's a lot of fun to trade. Keep your eye on that ES30 range. And the way it manages these trades is very unique. I'm hoping we get a chance to see it. I'm going to make the
Order
haymaker
submitted.
my leader account. I have a trade copier over here, and I can pick from the strategies on my leaderboard which one I want to be my leader account. And just watching the condition of the market and my pre-market results and my historical performance on the haymaker, I'm going to put the NQ30 range signal A as my leader account and lock it in. And we'll turn that on. And now I'm copying the trades from the haymaker
Order submitted.
into my Apex account. And I'm also going to copy, I'm a little late to the party here on the 30 range.
Order submitted.
We're also
Order
running our
submitted.
one-day pass templates for prop traders. And I'm going to keep an eye on my positions to see if we get into any one-day passes.
Order submitted.
Okay, it took us out on the exit on a line change. So my stop was tied to my 15 EMA. As soon as my 15 EMA went from red to green,
Order
and that's
submitted.
going to be notated on this little
Order
square on the
submitted.
bottom left of my chart. This little square right here on the bottom left is telling me the color of my 15 EMA. So if I'm in a short position and it's red, once it retraces back towards the 50, once it turns yellow or green, it's going to exit that trade.
Order submitted.
So it did exit that position.
Order submitted.
Look at the 1-day pass on the 30 range. A 30 range NASDAQ 1-day pass last week was up $10,776 with almost an 80% win rate. So if you were wondering which
Order
1-day
submitted.
pass to use, the NQ30 range is hotter than a firecracker.
Order submitted.
Our gold drone is back in. Let's take a look at the gold drone.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
And we have a really nice strategy if you're trading a PA account. Last week, our PA account strategy with very little drawdown, very few trades, only 12 trades for the whole week.
Order submitted.
We can make these strategies as conservative or aggressive as we want with the conditions that we have to play with. So this PA strategy is very conservative. The whole week it took 12 trades last week, was up just under $800 trading one contract. So I'll add that one on
Order submitted.
to my trade copier.
Order submitted.
So I can very quickly replace, or not replace, but yeah, put the NQ30 range 50,000 PA account as my leader account. I'll tell you, I think I would be crazy not to use my 1-day pass on that 30 range. Looking at the performance from last week, so I'm going to do that.
Order submitted.
It's a large evaluation. It's a $300,000 evaluation. So I went ahead and enabled it on the 30 range 50,000 1-day pass, and that's the one that I showed you was up about 10 grand last week. So I'm going to kind of put my money where my mouth is. And I really want to get an ES strategy. I love to trade the E-mini. Crude oil, signal B.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Crude just jumped back in. Let's take a look at that trade. So that ES30 range, which is really our hottest strategy, is slowly maturing to the downside. It doesn't take a lot of trades, but once it gets in, it's going to ride it out.
Order submitted.
This is a performance on that ES that's running on a 30 range. Last week it was up $2,750. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a leader account with this strategy, the ES 30 range. It's in a position right now. We'll try to catch it on the next trade.
submitted.
Now the gold drone, the one that I was running down here, you could see the times of the day that it does the best. Really, it starts kicking in again at around 11 a.m.,
Order
11 to
submitted.
11:30. It does really well midnight to about 1:30 or 2 in the morning. Then right around 8 o'clock, let's go to entry time. This is a time analysis of what time of the day it makes the money consistently. Right here is number one at 8 a.m. And when I opened the session this morning, it was up over $1,000, trading at between 7 and 9. So it was up really nicely. But now you can see that these two red bars from 9:30 to 10:30, that first hour that the market is open, it doesn't do well.
Order
And then
submitted.
starting at 10:30 until about noon,
Order
it
submitted.
kicks in again. And that's on gold. Let's see if we can get this crude oil trade to bounce to the upside for us.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Hey, good morning, Duke. For choppy markets, well, I really like the 2 minute retirement plan and the ABC entry does well. The 30 range ABC, it gives it a lot of room.
Order submitted.
Let's go. We'll take a look at it. The 30 range ABC is an exciting strategy. What it does is it leverages all three of our triggers, the A, B, and C entry. And it's come to the top of our leaderboard. Oh, thank you. Hey, I got my girls
Order
here.
submitted.
Okay, it just hit our profit limit, actually.
Order submitted.
Have a good day. That's the benefit of working from home. So this strategy here, it's hit our P&L profit limit for the day. And it took some entries in a really choppy environment. Caught that breakout to the upside, was all over it. Took a nice short here at around 9:45. Got stopped out here. Took another short entry. It got out on a smart stop. It saw this bullish engulfing candle and got out of the trade. Sidestepped all of this chop and then it jumped in and caught that beautiful move to the upside.
Order submitted.
So what I can do is it has reached my profit limit, but since we're just kind of showcasing it today, I can disable that strategy and restart it,
Order
which I think I'm
submitted.
going to do. So let me put it on the 30 range ABC. Let me reset it.
Order
NQ30
submitted.
range ABC. Okay. Let's give it a chance to run up the score. We've found ourselves in trouble on that 30 range on the E-mini. Look at crude oil. Crude oil found some traction here to the upside. We've got a trailing stop on crude. Um, Looks like our 30 range might break through that VWAP here and follow the NASDAQ. See what the stock market's doing.
Order submitted.
Got this upside resistance that price just bounced off of. Looks like it's going to try to retest it, but we're really in an oversold environment to take an entry here. Let's see if we get a retracement back to the 50. Our RSI line came all the way back down. So a haymaker entry, if we weren't right up into this area of resistance, it would have triggered a long entry. Our relative strength index, our RSI line, and our oscillator, the trigger is once it breaks through the 20% line to go long. And when we have our 15 above our 50, both sloping up and green, those are usually very powerful entries to the upside. Let's see how our 2-minute is lining up. Our 2-minute also, the 15 is just crossing the 50 now. Both of them are green.
Order submitted.
Still haven't gotten into a trade here. Retirement plan. So Duke, the 2-minute, 30 range ABC.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Crude oil is slowly going up. Let's take a quick look at the Forex Factory. Let's see what the calendar has today. I let it slip my mind. Monday, November 18th. Ten a.m. they had FOMC member Goolsby speaking. Housing market index at 10. Passed.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
4 p.m. long-term purchases.
Order submitted.
This market is headed up. It gave us that head fake this morning, and now it's headed to the upside. My Volkswagen strategy has been crushing it. My Volkswagen's on the E-Mini. Took a completely different position than the 30 star. NQ scalper. Let's take a look at the NQ scalper. Here's the NQ scalper strategy. This is an exciting strategy. It's a pretty aggressive strategy. EC scalper and Sim NQ scalper.
Order
Whoa,
submitted.
whoa. Look at crude oil.
Order submitted.
Signal A entry on crude.
Order submitted.
Scalper's back in long. Let's see if it can break through this resistance. I think to make things interesting, I'll add the scalper as well. NQ scalper. This is about the time that things start getting really good. We're heading into our sweet spot here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, I just got into an apex position.
Order submitted.
Not exactly sure which one it's on. The 30 ABC. So got into that one on the ABC, which is right here. This is my leader account, the ABC drone.
Order submitted.
Let's see if we can break through. Got this area of resistance here.
Order submitted.
Come on, push on through. Push it up. Tested that area of resistance. Got a lot of buyers in the market right here. Retesting it.
Order submitted.
Need 3/4 of that candle body to break that pivot. Here we go. All the way. Ah, came very close. Kissed our trailing stop on that. Hit it. Okay. So NQ Scalper quietly is up $1,225. The trade that I'm in is this ABC, the one we just re-enabled. Let's take a look at that strategy.
Order submitted.
This is the trade I'm copying. ABC drone. Thought I was copying it. For some reason, I got out at $100.
Order submitted.
It's back in
Order
now.
submitted.
I'm on the NQ scalper. Let's go back to the scalper then. Okay. Let's see if the scalper can run up the score a little bit for us. Just trading a one contract strategy. We have a scalper that does a two contract that has a
Order submitted. Order
pretty
submitted.
easy first target to hit on the NASDAQ. It's 25 ticks. And once it hits it on our two contract strategy, we're in the trade with no risk. And we're looking for a runner to for an ambitious profit target on the second contract with no risk on the trade. See if we can get one more bounce and end the day. Come on, push on up. Push on up.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, came back and got us. So we're up about 170 on the day so far. I have a profit goal about $400. So let's keep playing it. See if we can get on the
Order
board here.
submitted.
Back in again.
Order submitted.
The Volkswagen is it's just a variation of the ES30 range. It's a little more conservative than the the ES Star has a 100 tick stop, a 100 tick profit target. The Volkswagen has a 50 and 50, and it has a more conservative trade management strategy. So it's a variation of the ES30 Star that's a little more conservative. I'm running it in an account called VW, which is short for Volkswagen, but it's a variation of that ES30 Star.
Order submitted.
Okay, we're still alive in this one. See if we can get it up to break through this area here of resistance. We break through this, we got some running room to the upside. Got about 1,000 contracts a minute crossing. So we've got some decent
Order
volume.
submitted.
See if we can get this push.
Order submitted.
Okay, it hit my profit target actually. My profit goal was $400.
Order submitted.
So we were able to get that profit goal. So I'm going to disable this and keep my $400. So the NQ scalper got me to 400, and I disabled it. I'm very conservative. Everyone's style is a little different. My profit goal is 400, and once I reach 400, it stops trading. And you can see my account was 415. Took 3 trades, must be about $400 after commissions.
Order submitted.
Okay, the scalper hit the profit limit of 1500. These strategies, once they reach 1500, will stop trading as well. So we hit our profit goal on the NQ scalper. Our 30 range hit the profit goal. I reset it. And I think what I'll do is I'll reset the scalper as well. We've got 30 more minutes, so I'm going to let it keep trading. Normally, we like to practice capital preservation. So I'm going to turn
Order
it back
submitted.
on. So it's right back in. It doesn't waste much time.
Order submitted.
Big move up. Stevens in big. The Volkswagen's in. 15 range haymaker. Everything jumped in long. That ES30 star that we
Order
started the
submitted.
broadcast with is in big trouble. I'll tell you, between 10 and 11, we've got some ES strategies that are, I'm sorry, some NASDAQ strategies that just, man, for some reason, it's that window, that hour from 10 to 11.
Order
The
submitted.
market seems to find a direction, and
Order submitted.
you can ride it. That's good to know, Kurt. So I'm really close on this SimVW trade
Order
for it to
submitted.
locking in. I'm watching my stop.
Order submitted.
I think I put it at once it goes 45, which is a really big move on the E-mini. That's 10 points. Some people are happy to get 1 point on the E-mini or 2 points. This is a very ambitious profit target on the ES. I'm waiting to see when my stop pops up. Because when it goes this far, I want to make something. The ES30 range is would give makes me too nervous. To be up 60, 70 ticks on a trade and potentially
Order
give it all
submitted.
back, I can't do that. So we've got some really great trade management metrics to leverage. I'm just keeping a close eye. I want to see when my stop is going to pop up. Now I'm close to $600.
Order
Wow, look at
submitted.
this move up. Holy moly.
Order
Man, that
submitted.
thing went
Order
all the
submitted.
way. It's
Order
jumped right
submitted.
back in.
Order submitted.
It's going to try to catch it again. Listen, these are very ambitious profit targets that it's hitting. Crude oil just went in on a reversal on a signal A. Wow, what a move up. Can you believe that? Jeez, that thing went up a country mile.
Order submitted.
Look at this move up. Oh my goodness. What a what a long move.
Order submitted.
So I'm going to want to play around with this trade management strategy on this VW. We'll take a look at it as soon as this trade is over. But I'll tell you, this post-election market has been very exciting. First couple days after the election, that thing took off. Kind of came back down to earth. And now Monday morning, it's picked up where it started. Let's take a look at the stock market. You can, Christian. You can flatten the trade anytime you want. Like I was in that trade, and now, had it not flattened, I would have probably made 800 instead of 400. But it flattened out, and you could close the position anytime you want. And to close it, I could click close on my chart trader and close it. I could drag my stop up and lock in as much profits and keep letting it mature if I want. You could always, manage these stops and targets yourself. So to answer your question, yes, you can manage any position you want. Every time I do, something like this happens, Christian. I'll close the trade and then watch it go up a country mile when I could have just left it alone and let it play out.
Order submitted.
As soon as this trade on the E-mini closes, I'm going to open up the strategy parameters, and we're going to take a look at how we're managing that position and see if we can make any adjustments. I always like to watch the system trade.
Order submitted.
And when I notice stuff like this, like my stop down here, I'm up 800 on the trade. I would like my stop up here. But listen, I, have an issue with that. But there has to be a happy medium. I wouldn't want this trade at this point to come all the way back down and stop me out for a loser. But listen, there's really nice, buying pressure right now.
Order submitted.
That NQ scalper, I saw it start getting hot. It started moving up my leaderboard, and I keep an eye on it. And that's what made me make a quick changeover. I went to that 30 ABC and the NQ scalper. So that leaderboard is for real. It's always good to let the strategies run pre-market, see which ones are liking this environment, where institutions are pulling their money in or out of, and kind of piggyback the ones that are gaining traction. That's really our methodology with this system. What a move up. Every new bar in the direction of a trend that this you see, every new bar is 8 ticks, 2 points. On and an 8 Unorenko. Unorenko bars are calculated in ticks, not time. An 8 Unorenko, the tick trend is 8, meaning every new bar in the direction of the trend is 8 ticks. In order for the bar to reverse, it's 40 ticks. So it really smooths out the charts. The big knock on Unorenko is it obliterates price action. We've got a really cool feature, a really cool indicator that we developed. It's called the hybrid Unorenko. And I can add that indicator to my chart. And what it'll show is the intra-candle wick in the Unorenko bar, which will show the bulls and the bears, the auction going on intra-candle. And those intra-candle pullbacks provide more information that would be eliminated normally with a regular Unorenko bar. So the scalper ran up 2,500. Came up to the very top now. My Sim Smart Stop 2, 1990. Wow. It's an 820-40, Jim. It's an 820-40 Unorenko. Tick trend is 8, open offset 20, reversal is 40. And I'm just loading 1,500 bars on my Unorenko charts. I want to conserve as many resources on my computer as possible. On a very volatile day like today, if I load 3 days, well, today's Monday, it wouldn't be as bad. But if I load 3 days on Unorenko bars, especially an 8 Unorenko on the NASDAQ, that can equate to 1 million Unorenko bars, which is a lot of resources will be used. Oh, anytime, Jim. So I think it's a really good practice on your Unorenko charts if you're running this system to go to your data series, right click, go to data series. Instead of loading 3 days, which I think is what it does by default, put it on 1,500 bars. It's going to prevent any lagging and heavy work by your computer. Sometimes I'll hear my computer start breathing heavy. You know, that exhaust fan kicks in when the market really starts moving. My signal B on crude is crushing it today. Crude oil had a really good day. I see my signal A is up 400. My signal B is up 800 on crude. The NASDAQ, the system just crushed it. from 10 o'clock to 10:45
Order
or
submitted.
10:40 today. You couldn't miss. The 2 minute, the 30 range, the 8U, they all jumped in long
Order submitted.
and brought home the bacon. And right behind me in about 20 minutes, we've got a professional options trader on the team, Mr. David Wise. Here at Right Line Trading, we have two revenue streams, futures
Order
and
submitted.
options.
Order submitted.
And man, we've got a great options trader in
Order
David.
submitted.
If you're curious, after this closes at 11, back on our YouTube channel, you'll see he goes live. We got this beautiful pullback to the 50 and continuation up, and the scalper's right back in. So it's important that once you hit your profit target, inside the strategy parameters, which I'm going to open up in just a minute, there's a daily profit goal. Put your daily profit goal in there, and when it reaches it, stop trading. Stop trading. Capital preservation.
Order submitted.
It's a good idea, listening video. George, I was just trying to go to the stock market and take a peek. I'm gonna call that person back. My hot water heater over the weekend, which in my hot water heater is kind of fairly new. It's about 4 or 5 years old, but it stopped working. And first I had a plumber over. The plumber said, "Hey, it's not,
Order submitted.
it's not the plumbing, it's the electric."
Order submitted.
So now I've got another guy coming, an electrician. He's going to play around with the breaker boxes. So I have a feeling I'm going to be out of electricity here. But I can't wait to open up this parameters of this SimVW. That ES30 star got crushed today. The Sim ES30 star is down $1,000. That's the one that was looking so promising early. They gave us a head fake. It looked like it was going to be a sell-off this morning. And then 10 o'clock, everything changed. Big enthusiasm with crypto. My goodness.
Order submitted.
It's at 92,000, just under 92,000. Ethereum's back up to 3,100.
Order submitted.
My Thinkorswim app, it's asking me to put in my password.
Order submitted.
Yeah, so I was saying that David Wise, when this video, when this stream ends, if you wanted to pop in, you'll have that ability on our YouTube channel. And we'll just go over the day's results here in just a few minutes. And I'm really waiting for this position to close because I want to show you the trade management, the way we can manage these trades. Because if you're watching your system and you see something that, you just don't, you would just prefer to do it in a different way, you always have that ability. For me, seeing my stop down here, it's really bugging me. I don't like to be in, almost $1,000 profits and the stop here. So when this position closes, we're going to go and see how we can do it a little better. Going to my trade performance on the SimBW.
Order submitted.
It's about break even. It's not great. But if you notice, my entry times at 10 a.m., I do well between 9 and 10. After that, it's flat. On the Sim Smart Stop 2, look at that 10 o'clock half hour. Really nice window in here. Something else we could do. I'm just going to let this play out, though. I don't want to touch it. I'm really surprised that the profit window, we have something called a profit window, where if I'm on this trade, I'm only 20, say, and you can define the distance, but say it's 20 ticks. If I'm 20 ticks from price to my profit target, my stop will pop up and come 20 ticks behind price. So there'll be an equal distance between my profit target and my stop, an equal risk to reward, I should say. And that's called the profit window. We also have the break even plus or minus on a trade that, which is what I thought I had on this position, but I don't. But if the trade goes on the E-mini, 40 ticks or 50 ticks, you want to go to break even plus 15, at least lock in 3 or 4 points. And it's still giving it room to mature. We don't want to squeeze it. And that's always the discretion. With the E-mini, that's a little difficult. We do have a model that does the math for us. NQ Scalper. Boy, this market's going up and away. Yeah, my position isn't really doing that great on Nvidia, I see, but the overall market, the Dow is flat. The S&P, the ES is up about 0.5%. Russell 0.75%, and the Nasdaq about 1%. So the Nasdaq is the biggest recipient today of this bullish market. Nvidia has earnings on the 20th, on Wednesday. How many strategies do we have? George, we have 6 instruments. And there's each one of our strategies. Every one of the bots has a drone with it. I would say a total of about 25. And we have our one-day pass templates for prop traders. When you decide to come aboard, you do receive the full portfolio of strategies. We have a special tool that we developed that makes the installation extremely easy. It actually builds your whole workspace for you. You just download and import the 2 zip files, and you shut down Ninja, and then you open up the tool that we provide you with, and it creates a database, and it integrates the artificial intelligence and has everything running on your local computer, or a VPS if you prefer to use a VPS. And it creates a separate SIM account for each one of your bots and drones. This way we can historically see the trade performance by using NinjaTrader's trade performance metric. On my trade performance, they have this little filter here. When I click the filter, I can see historically how each one of my strategies has done. They also have a really cool metric where I could see each half hour of the day, the entry time, and what the results were. And I can see the times of the day that my strategies perform the best. Now the drone is going to tell the bot what the answers to this is, and is going to dynamically change in your inputs the trading session hours based on the historical performance. As soon as this ES trade, if it's not closed by 10:55, I'm going to close it. I'm talking about this one here because I want to go into the settings of that strategy and just look at what my trade management is. In fact, why don't we go ahead? Let's do it now. Let's see. I want to see if the profit window does kick in. If it just pushes up a little higher for us. Walter, the way we do that is, remember, the drones are running throughout the whole night. They kicked in last night at 6 p.m. I I was having I had some I had some issue with my water heater, so they were messing with my electric. So I didn't really turn my strategies on until about 7 a.m. this morning. But let me answer your question. At 7 a.m. this morning, they started running. And when I opened the YouTube this morning at 9:30 on my control center, I click my accounts tab, and then on my total P&L, I click on this column. So the ones that are doing the best, the most profitable at the top, going all the way down to the least profitable. Well, the ones that I really want to focus my attention on are which ones are making money in this trading environment. So I'm always keeping a close eye on my leaderboard, and I'm keeping an eye on my trade performance because I want to know 2 things. How is it done over the course of the past few weeks or months? And how is it doing today? Is it a fluke that is doing well today, or is this a strategy that I know can perform well and I have trust and faith in? And I do that by looking at the numbers. So to answer your question, between 7 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. this morning, the ones that were doing the best in this environment came right to the top of my leaderboard. And then what I do is I just use my trade copier. And I'll use my trade copier, and I'll put the ones that I feel that are performing the best and historically are the strongest strategies. This morning I put it on an ES and an NQ, a couple of the NQs, and I wait for the time of day that I know that they do the best. If I go to my bot, it'll automatically pick the time of day for you. Since I'm on YouTube and I wanted to trade during the time I'm broadcasting, I copy the drone because I know it's going to take a trade. If I copy the bot, well, when I'm streaming YouTube, it might not be the most profitable time. So I want to be able to take trades. So I look at it on the side knowing what time of day each one does the best. But if you use the bots, you'll never have to do that. It'll automatically do that for you. So looking at the leaderboard pre-market, I'm at about 10 o'clock. I know historically 10 o'clock is my time. About 10 o'clock, I'm going to copy the 2 or 3 most powerful strategies on my leaderboard, and I'm going to look to make about 4 or whatever your profit goal is, and then I stop trading it. So your leaderboard is something that will come up automatically. I'm going to close this position on the Sim VW.
Order submitted.
And let's go to the strategy parameters. I'm going to bring them up. And on this Sim VW, that's the one that we watched take the E-mini trade. The trading hours, this is one that I set up just as a regular bot. It's really not using a drone.
Order submitted.
So it's going to run between 8:30 and 3:30. Those are my trading hours.
Order
I could
submitted.
choose whether I wanted to take long trades, short trades, one of the two or both. I can create a drone for it and let the drone run 23 hours, and it'll optimize my stops and targets and my trading hours. It'll optimize my time. And my trade management settings, this is why it didn't move. My profit target window was 15. But what I can do with this is you can see it has a 100 tick stop, 100 tick profit target. That's a lot of risk on the E-mini. What we could do if we wanted to, we could cut that in half and go to 50. But one of my favorite things to play with is this break-even first target. If I go 40 ticks on the E-mini, if I get 10 points, I want to get at least 4 of those points. So I'm going to lock in. I'm going to go to plus 16 ticks. And then on my profit target window, I'll put it at 25, meaning if I'm 75 ticks in profits on that trade, my stop is going to fly up to plus 50. So there'll be an equal distance to the profit target to my stop, 25 ticks. 25 ticks to my profit target, 25 ticks to my stop. So this way, I can't give back more than I have the potential to gain. So that's the way this trade management works. Here's my daughter. Hello, my love.
Order submitted.
She's home today. She has a bad sore throat. This is my 5-year-old. Okay, so to wrap it up today, and I want to thank you for joining me today. We're going to come back, God willing, and we're going to trade the AI Auto Trader on Wednesday and Friday of this week on YouTube. And on Tuesday and Thursday, we have David Kushner and Craig Emery. Craig Emery Tuesday. I got the kiddos in here. And Tuesday and Thursday, they're going to be trading on a discretionary basis, the money flow tracker. And we've got software that really does a great job of indicating the future direction of price. So come take a look and check it out if you're available this week. Our leaderboard today, we saw the NQ scalper, which is still trading away in the background here. Lock in $2,200 in profits. Our smart stop, which is our pattern recognition, that's leveraging also a 30 range bar, was up 1990. Our 30 range ABC was up 1900. Retirement plan on the 2 minute, 1230. Our 8 unit Renko strategies were up 1175. Haymaker 850. The Nasdaq just crushed it. Historically, the Nasdaq performs very well on this system. And then we had a couple of nice ones come in on crude oil, and gold was up nicely earlier. As the 930 came, it started giving it back. So it's important to look at have that drone optimize the trading times of your bots. I wanted to continue to trade it for YouTube, but had I used the bots, it would have stopped trading at 930 and locked in $1,000 of profit. So that's the way the leaderboard looked. The Mac truck did very well on a 20 unit Renko. Our crude oil strategies on both the Signal A and the Signal B were very profitable today. So I want to thank you once again for joining me, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. I'm going to try to get this water heater fixed. God bless you, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Let me take a look if I missed anyone's question. The cost of the bot? Yes, we have a Black Friday sale going on. If you go to our website, and I'll end with this. If you go to our website and you click on trading systems on the AI AutoTrader, and I'm going to put this link in the chat box, you'll find the pricing for the system. We happen to be running a Black Friday special. And here's the pricing here. So I'll put this, I'm not signed into chat. You'll have to go to our website, I'm really sorry, and click on the AI Auto Trader. Right now for $14.99 a year or $24.99, I mean, with our top 2 strategies today, you would have made enough to pay for the whole system on a one-time payment. So this is the gift that'll keep on giving. And what's nicest about the system is it optimizes itself, which is really nice. It has dynamically changing parameters based on market conditions. So I hope that answers your question, PSP. Christian, I think they're using the methodology. You know, everybody has their personal favorites based on their style of trading. You know, if you like the E-mini and you like something very conservative that doesn't take a lot of trades, then we have members that love to trade that E-mini. If you have the NASDAQ people, and listen, the NASDAQ's like an addiction, you know. People love the NASDAQ because it's so much fun to trade and it's so volatile. So, you know, I think a lot of people tend to trade the one that they like the best, that goes more along with their trading style. But regardless of which one it is, I think we provide a really nice opportunity to make money each day. There you go. Suzanne said she's a lifetime member and only trades the NQ. And the NQ is really our most, you know, powerful strategies. If you look in our daily results channel in the Discord chat, you'll find the NASDAQ is always, we always have a few of the NASDAQ strategies on the top. It's a very rare day when that's not the occurrence. So I hope that answers your question. All right, I'm going to wrap it up and see if I can get my water heater fixed today. So David Wise is going to kick off here. If once I close this stream, if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome. If not, we'll see you again tomorrow, God willing. Have a great day, everybody. So long. You're welcome, Christian. Have a great day.